Hello, this is Rachel with the Shades of Orange. Today I want to review Foe by Iain Reid. I requested this from Schuster Canada. As you probably know, his previous novel, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, is one of my all-time favorites, so I was highly anticipating this new one and very excited to get to check it out early. I'll start off by saying that I really enjoyed this one and it really lived up to the hype and my impossible expectations. This story follows Junior and his wife Hen that live on an isolated farm outside the city. One day they receive a visit from a man who has news that Junior has been selected for the long list to possibly go into outer space. This mission would be just for him, and so his wife would be potentially left behind. And this novel essentially follows the years after that announcement of the couple dealing with the fallout of that potential option and then really preparing if this eventually comes to be. This is more of a speculative fiction story. His previous book I'd more describe as a literary thriller or suspense, but this one is definitely more on the side of science fiction. It is set in the near future, and honestly, you don't need to be a big science buff to enjoy it. The science and technology really are in the background and very small part of the story. So this was a very slow-paced story. Honestly, it goes very slowly in times. Despite being a short book, it was a slow read. And so I can't exactly call this a page turner. It wasn't particularly creepy either. It does have a sense of eeriness, but it's more about watching this couple as their relationship develops and changes over the years, and just getting to see the fallout of what happens to them. I love the contrast between the rural farm setting and this futuristic world with potential space travel. I also loved Iain Reid's writing. Once again, his writing was sparse, but also very literary. He's quickly become one of my favorite authors of all time. I just love everything he writes. I like the themes he deals with. This one addresses a lot of themes of relationships and isolation, and he just really gets me as an author. So this is one that I definitely recommend. However, I want to caution people to say that it's not identical to I'm Thinking of Ending Things. In fact, it's quite different. I love that one and I also love this one, but for different reasons. Again, this one is more speculative fiction, while that one is more a psychological thriller or suspense. And this one really isn't creepy in the same way, but it's really a beautiful story. It's very detail-oriented, it's quiet, it's unsettling. And there's a good chance that if you like that one, you'll also like this one, but I want to set people's expectations right, because anytime an author is coming from writing such an amazing debut novel like I'm Thinking of Ending Things, it's easy for readers to put impossible expectations on whatever they write next and just expect it to be identical. This one is not, but I loved it for very different reasons. It was just beautiful and is definitely one I'm going to be thinking about for quite a while. It's definitely one I want to reread, and I highly recommend it. It certainly helps that I myself have a love of science fiction and speculative fiction, and so this one appealed to a different side of my reading, and I really enjoyed it, as I keep saying, but I can't recommend this one enough. So if this sounds like the kind of story you would enjoy, regardless of your feelings about his previous book, I definitely recommend it. It stands on its own, it's unique. It's one you just have to experience for yourself, because I can't say too much more about the synopsis. But again, that is Foe by Iain Reid, and I would love to hear if more people have read it or are thinking about picking it up. Leave a comment down below as long as you keep it spoiler free. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to hear about more books like this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye-bye.